Hello friends, welcome to the session on data structures. In this session, we'll be discussing about searching in arrays. While writing computer programs, many times we need to find an element in an array. This operation is being called as a searching operation. In this session, we will see how to perform searching of element in an array. What are the different methods? What are their algorithms, and then we will see the appropriate C programs for perform the searching of an element in the array. Friends, as you know that you are viewing this session on my YouTube channel, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel to see many videos in the subjects of electronics and computer science. So let us start the session with the question what we mean by searching in an array. We know that an array is a linear list of elements. The array elements can be stored in successive memory locations. The array can be either of one dimension or the array can be of two dimensions or more than two dimensions. So when the array is of one dimension, then we can make the use of index variable, one index variable in order to refer to the different elements of the array. Say, for example, if the array elements are 25, 40, 65, 98, and 100, then this element can be referred by using one index variable of which the value can be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the first element or the first index value is being called as a lower bound, and the last element is being called as a upper bound index variable. When the array is of two dimensions, then we will require the two index variables. The first index variable will refer to the row number and the second index variable will refer to the column number. Say for example, when we write the element as A23, then it will refer to the element from the second row and third column. So as shown in this diagram, the first element is having the index value 0, 0. The second element will have the value 0, 1. The third element will have the value 0, 2. Similarly, in the second row, the first element will have the index value 1, 0, then 1, 1, and then 1, 2. So in this way, we can make an access to each element of the array. Now, many times it is necessary for us to find whether the element is present in the array or not. So finding an element in the array is being called as a searching. There are commonly two types of searching that are more frequently used. The first searching is being called as a linear search. In the linear search, we will compare the search element with each and every element of the array. And this searching method is the simplest type of the method. Another popular method that is being used for searching of the element is being called as a binary search. So in binary search, what we will do is that we will divide the list of the elements of the array into two sections. And then we will search either the first section or the second section. So binary search method is very popular because the number of comparisons that are required in binary search are much less. So the complexity of the search algorithm is being measured in terms of the number of comparisons. If you need to perform more number of comparisons, then the complexity will be more. And if you need to perform less number of comparisons, then the complexity of the algorithm will be less. So searching operation, as I told you, is being frequently required in different situations. So whenever you are making a list of elements in memory, then always we need to search whether the certain element is being present or not. And therefore, in all such cases, we need to make the use of these algorithms. So let us start with the first search technique, and that is being called as a linear search technique. In the linear search technique, the search element is being compared with each and every element of the array until the element is being found. And if all the elements are compared and still we are not able to match with the search element, then we will declare that the element is not present in the array. Linear search is being called as a sequential search. because in this search, we will compare the first element with the search element. Then we will compare the second element. Then we will compare the third element. And in this way, sequentially, we go on comparing the different elements with the search element. And therefore, this search technique is being called as a sequential search technique. Say, for example, we have been given an array where the elements stored are the characters such as A, B, C, D, E, F, G up to M. Now, suppose we want to find whether the element J is being present in the list or not. So what we will do is that we will compare this search element with first element. If it do not match, then we will compare it with the second element. Then we will compare with third element. And this we go on doing until we find there is a match. So as soon as we find there is a match, then we will stop the searching and we will announce that the element is being found at particular location. But if the element is not found, even if we compare all the elements, then we will announce that there is no element present in the array list. So such type of the search can be performed by using a simple algorithm as shown over here. Now initially we will set the value of some control variable I is equal to 1. And then we will check if the value of I is greater than n, where n will stand for the number of the elements in the array. If I is greater than n, then ultimately we have to print the message that the element is not there in the array. In the third step, what we will do is that we will compare the given value of search element X with AI. Now, if they matches, then we will announce that the X or the search element is being found at the particular index I. And then we will exit the search algorithm. But if it is not the case, then we will increase I by 1. And then we will repeat the step 2 until all the elements are searched. So this algorithm is a simple algorithm. And in the worst case scenario, you will find that it may be a case that the element is at the end of the array list, or sometimes the element is not present in the array list. And therefore, the complexity of this algorithm is of the order of n. Because if there are n elements in the array, then it may be required by us that we need to compare all n elements with the search element. Now it is possible that you can write a simple C program to perform the linear search. Suppose this is the C program, and here what we have done is that we have written a function search where the arguments are array, integer n, and integer x. Now initially we will declare the integer I, and then in the for loop we will make the initial value of I equal to 0. And then every time we will check whether I is less than or I is less than or n, and then we will increment the value of I by 1. And then we will match the search element X with the array I. And then if they are matched, then we will return I. Otherwise, we will return -1. So if the all elements are searched and no element is found, then we will return -1. Now in the main function, we will declare the array and we will assign the values to the elements of the array, such as 2, 3, 4, 10, and 40. And then we will make the search element X is equal to 10. So we want to search whether the element value 10 is being present in the array or not. Now we will compute the number of elements of the array by using the size of function. So n is equal to size of array divided by size of array of the element 0. So this will return how many elements are there in the array. And then we will call this function search, and we will pass the arguments array n and x, and the result of the search or the return value of calling of this search function will be assigned to the result. Now we will check the result. If the result is equal to -1, if this returns true, then we will print the message that the element is not present in the array. Otherwise, we will print the message that the element is present in the array at the position, and where the position is being indicated by the variable I. And finally, we will return 0 to our main function, because our main function is a integer type function. So whenever you type such program by using any online C compiler, and when you compile it and run it, then you will find that this element is being present at the index 3. So the message, the corresponding message will be printed on the screen that the element 10 is being present at the position or at the index 3. Now we will go for the another method, and this search method is being called as a binary search method. In the binary search method, what we require is an array which is already a sorted array. So binary search method has a requirement that the given array must be a sorted array. And then in binary search method, what we do is that we will repeatedly divide the search interval in the half. And if the value of the search key is less than the item in the middle of the interval, then we will narrow the interval to the lower half. Otherwise, we will narrow the interval to the upper half. So this process is being done repeatedly until the value is being found or the interval itself goes on empty. Say for example, suppose we have been given a sorted array which consists of the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And suppose the search key is 5. Now for this array, the start element is 1, the end element is 7, and then we will compute the middle element. The middle element will be 4. Now we will compute the value of the middle element with the search key. We will find that the search key is greater than this value 4, and therefore we will limit our search to the upper half only. That is, we will search only the rest of the elements apart from the middle value, that is 5, 6, and 7. Again, we will compute the start, middle, and end in the remaining interval. And then we will again compute the value of the middle with the search value. Now, if the search key is less than this value, because 5 is less than 6, and therefore what we will do is that we will check for only the lower part of the search interval, and the lower part of the search interval will consist of only one value, and we will check whether if it matches, and if it matches in this case, and therefore we will announce the successful completion of the searching of the element. So this method, one can easily observe that it has a very low number of comparisons. So when you compare this method with the earlier method of linear search, then one can easily find that the number of comparisons are reduced in this method. And therefore the complexity of this algorithm is very much low, and the complexity of this algorithm is of the order of log n. Also, since the number of comparisons are very much low, therefore one can easily find that this method is much faster than the linear search. Only if the list itself is very short list, then in that case, we may not get any advantage of the binary search. But if the list is very large, then in that case, this method is always much faster than that of the linear search. Now let us go for the algorithm for binary search. Algorithm for binary search can be written in variety of ways. One popular way of writing these algorithms is by making the use of iterative method. So initially we will assign the first equal to 1 and last element as the value n. And then we will compute the middle by using the formula first plus last divided by 2. So initially all these three variables are computed, first, last, and middle. And then we will go for a loop where we will check whether the first is less than or equal to last. And then we will check the array of middle is less than value. If it is, then we will assign the first is equal to middle plus 1. Else otherwise, we will check if the array of the middle is equal to that of the key value. If it is equal to that of the key value, then we can say that there is a successful completion of the searching and the element is being found at a particular location, and we will break the loop. Else otherwise, we will assign the last is equal to middle minus 1, and middle is being assigned with first plus last divided by 2. And then we will check if the first is greater than last. And if it is the case, then we can announce that the element is not present in the list. So we can write a binary for binary search program, for binary search algorithm, a C program. And the C program is being displayed in this window, where you will find that we are making the use of the stdio.h because this file is needed whenever we write any C program and where we need to make use of input output statements. And this function is being called as a iterative binary search function, where it will have the arguments such as array, the start index, end index, and the element of the search. Now we will check whether the start index is less than the end index. And then we are computing the middle by making the use of start index plus end index minus start index divided by 2. And if the array of the middle is equal to the element, then we are returning the middle. If the array of the middle is less than element, then start index is being assigned with the value middle plus 1. Else we will assign end index is equal to middle minus 1. And if there is no element found, in that case, we will return the minus 1. We can write an appropriate main program or main function where we will initialize the array with different data values. Then we will set the number of elements in the array n. Then we will see which element we want to search in the array. And then we will call this iterative binary search program, and we will assign the return value to the found index. If the found index is equal to -1, then we will announce that the element is not found in the array. Otherwise, we will announce that the element is found at an index where the value of the found index is being returned. So when you execute this program by using any online C compiler, then one can easily find that you will get the message the element is found at the index 4, because we are searching for the value 16, and this 16 is being available at the index 4. So thank you, friends, for viewing the session. Hopefully you have understood what we mean by searching of element in the array. And hopefully you have understood the algorithms of linear search and binary search. Thank you all for viewing the session.